Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is August 5th, 2015. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you here this evening. Tonight, we're going to be walking you through the simple setup, excuse me, of a lead capture system. For people that are working to build a list and create a presence on the internet that is going to basically bridge the gap between their product offering and their target audience through goodwill. There's a simple way that you can do that that's not real hard to set up. Is it going to take some learning? Yeah, it's going to take some learning, but that's just kind of how it goes. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on screen sharing here, and away we will go. So the two resources we're going to talk about tonight are ClickFunnels and Aweber. Now, most of you that have been around the workspace any length of time have probably heard of Aweber, or are using it, or have used it. Excuse me. And ClickFunnels, this is a basically sales funnel creator that was released not too long ago by Russell Brunson, and it's really one of the coolest pieces of software I've ever seen in terms of giving people the ability to create, just awesome lead capture pages. All right. So basically what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to walk you through the functionality of this site and show you how easy it is to go in and create something that's truly a professional quality system, including video two-step lead capture pages, bridge pages, the whole 9 yards there. All right, so give me just a second, and here we will go. Oh, got a little tickle in my throat. My apologies. I'm recovering from a cold that has wanted to take its good sweet time going away. Okay, so basically once you create a ClickFunnels account, it's as easy to create a lead capture system as clicking on Add New Funnel and then choosing the type of funnel that you want to create. They have the opt-in lead capture funnel, which is what most internet marketers use for capturing email addresses, through driving solo ads or sometimes pay-per-click traffic, and to give away incentives through their blog, or actually drive people to an actual sales presentation through their blog. But it's a way to capture the email address there. Then you have what's known as your sales funnel, which is consisted of the squeeze page, which is also, the opt-in lead capture page, sales page, order confirmation, and download page. You can actually build that whole system right here. You have what's known as a webinar funnel, which consists of a webinar sign-up page, a confirmation page, and then the live webinar page. You have an auto webinar funnel, which is the webinar sign-up, the confirmation page, the auto webinar, and the webinar replay. These are all funnels that people utilize for the purposes of generating sales, both on the front end and back end of their marketing system. You also have a membership funnel where you can actually come in here and create your own membership site. It's a really cool feature. I've messed with it a little bit, haven't used it much. Then you have what's called the launch funnel, and this is one of those funnels where it's set up to launch, excuse me, in most cases, a product launch over a series of days, with just basically starting out with maybe some goodwill material in the beginning, and then bringing people into the actual day of the launch. And then here you have a custom funnel, and this will give you the ability to just go in here and create pretty much whatever you want. Okay. For tonight, we're going to focus on the opt-in page because this is the basic funnel that you can set up right now, so you have a way to collect email addresses from the traffic that's going through your blog, you know, or if you want to run paid traffic or solo ads or something like that to one of these, you know, you can do that as well. So once you've chosen which funnel that you want to use, you just click Create Funnel and then give it a name. So I will just call this, we'll call this Tech and Mech Training Funnel, and then I'll just tag it. You know, so that way I've got different group tags. If I've got, let's say I've got 3 capture systems for targeting home business owners and another one for targeting people who like to fish, you know, I would just group those funnels in, you know, either the home business owners or fishing tag based on what the page was created for. So once I'm done with that, I click Create Funnel. All right, and this is going to give me the options of the marketing systems to choose from, okay? Now, there's specific marketing systems for specific types of traffic, and a lot of people don't realize this. There's really 3 different types of traffic. You have cold traffic, warm traffic, and hot traffic. And cold traffic is traffic who has most likely never engaged with your capture page before, or even better, has not engaged with you through your marketing system. So when you're running cold traffic, you know, whether it's solo ads or even sometimes I think the video 2-step capture pages are good if you're giving away an incentive through the blog. Like we talked about creating a PDF last night. If I was going to set up a campaign that actually gave the incentive away and trade for the email address on the back end of my blog, I would also choose a video 2-step. Okay, video 2-step looks like this. Okay, it has a place for your video here, and all of the text and everything that you see here is completely customizable. Everything on the page is customizable, and it's very easy to customize. But what makes this a 2-step is that the first call to action is just a click on the button. Okay, second call to action brings down your actual opt-in form. Okay, and the reason that these are effective with cold traffic is because of the fact that it's been proven that more people will engage when you give them more steps in the process. Because basically what this represents right here when they click this is a commitment. And if you've done your job and your incentive is good enough, once they've made that commitment, they're going to take the second step in that commitment and opt in and go download your free gift, whatever it may be. Okay. Now, one of the more common capture pages that a lot of people use that really are not for cold traffic is something like this. And I know I see people use these all the time, but these are not created for subscribing people to a list who don't already know who you are. This is something that you would want to use in warm and hot traffic. And you might say, well, does that mean that I would want to actually run another offer to my list and have them opt in again? Yes, you do. Okay, it's something that people do all the time, and it's a proven marketing strategy, and it really kind of helps you filter and sort, you know, who's paying attention, who's really following you, and in many cases, who's buying from you. You know, I mean, all of these lists can be segmented and broken down inside Aweber, so you know exactly what is what. But this is the lead capture page that if you were, let's say you created a free PDF and you had given that PDF away through a blog post that led to a video two-step capture page. And the person who subscribed had stayed on your list, and at some point in time, you created another, incentive or something along those lines, or maybe we're going to host a hangout or something like that you were going to require people to opt in again. This is the type of page that you would use. Or let's say you found a affiliate product that you thought was going to be something that would be beneficial to the people that are on your list. Well, what you could do is you could come in here to ClickFunnels real quick and then create a simple little lead capture page and have people opt in before they actually get to that sales page to also help you segment your list as well. But you're going to have to give them something when you do that. Here's something cool, here's something that I found, whatever it may be, maybe a piece of video marketing software, or who knows, that you would send to your list. But this is something that you're going to use anytime that you're going to run a promo to your list that would cause them to opt in again. The only exception to that would be is if you were going to use one of the webinar-based funnels. Okay, and let me go back here and show you how those work. All right, and here's something else that I can show you if you're ever in here. It took me a little bit to figure this out. If you're ever in here and you decide, I started this funnel and I really don't want it, okay? You have two ways of dealing with that. You can actually, what I usually do is I just recycle them, okay? Like in the Tech and Mech training funnel, if I decided that, let's say I chose a template that I didn't want to use after all, that I could come back in here and delete that and reset it. Or I can actually just go back and rename the funnel completely from the beginning. Because I've had a couple that I've rebuilt from the ground up as well. And how many funnels you get and what you get access to depends on, what level of membership that you want in ClickFunnels every month. And I know there's a free trial and there's several different options for membership. All right. So if I decided that I wanted to do a webinar funnel, okay, come over here and create one, and then instead of utilizing that little single-step lead capture page I was told you about, you would just actually go ahead and utilize this setup to create your webinar. And there are, as you'll see, right. Click Create Funnel. And then we have, again, a great series of stuff that we can utilize here for doing a webinar. One that we used and had success with here not too long ago was this one right here. It's got the countdown timer and everything in it. It's got the Facebook chat, whole 9 yards. I mean, these are really, high-end quality marketing pages. And that's why it converts, because it's the real deal. Here's an example of another one. Okay. And again, it's the same basic thing. Once you open the editor, you've got complete creative control over everything that's here, just the same as you do on the lead capture page. The one thing that's going to be important is I'm going to demonstrate you tonight. You got to make sure that you always save your work, because if you don't click the save button one time, you will lose your work. But you can see here, this consists of both the webinar registration and the webinar confirmation page with this setup right here. And for each step, you just simply choose the template that you want to use. Okay, so let's go back now that you guys have kind of seen, what would be probably most beneficial for you to use in here. Let's go back to our Whoops, that's the wrong one. I don't want that one. I want the training funnel here, the opt-in and thank you page. Okay, so I'm actually going to choose a video two-step here so you guys can see the whole functionality of this. But as you can see, I mean, you've got templates here that you can use for creating ebooks, and I mean, it makes some really cool pages here. Let me show you an example here real quick before we go in. Oh, that's not the right one. Well, where did it go? Could have sworn that was it. Why is that showing membership access? That's not the right one. Hold on. It's here. Webinar demo, free cyclist. Check in back. Let's see if it was this one. No, it wasn't that one either. I don't know. I'll have to dig it out later and find it. I might have archived it. I don't remember. So let's get back here to the funnel. All right, so we're going to choose a video two-step. I have used this one here. Okay, this is actually one of the capture pages that I created. Okay, and most of this, you know, a lot of the bottom stuff I just cut off and really only had to edit just this bit of text here and then add my video for this particular page. Okay, so we'll choose, let me see, that's a video one step. I'm looking for video two steps. That looks like a video two step there. Okay, so we'll use that template. Something about the green is drawing me in. Okay, then I click Open Editor. Now, this is really a cool setup because you're going to see that it really does not take a whole lot of technical know-how to make the changes that you need to change. You just need to basically learn where to go. If you just follow a map, you can get wherever you want to go in this software. But you've got complete creative control over the text up here. And you'll notice that when I move my mouse, that different boxes pop up here. So in most cases, like the boxes that the text are in, all I have to do is a single click to open up the menu over here, which isn't near as complicated as it looks, okay? Or double click. Oh, that's a text box there. There we go. Come down here, and you'll see you got this little gear right here. And if you click that, that also takes you into the settings as well. Okay, so you can really access that one of two ways. You know, I can just click on it, or I can go over here and go to the little gear. It's the same basic thing. All right, so pretty simple functionality. And then this button here is a button that I would use if I wanted to duplicate a line. And then if I decide I don't want it anymore, I just click the little trash can and it goes away. All right, so it's really just kind of point and click stuff. There's really nothing complicated about this whatsoever. Okay, so when it comes to text editing, most of this stuff you just double click on it with your mouse, and you can see it works a lot like your word processing software. I can just delete the button and change the word cache to food. So how you can become a food machine becomes our lead capture page. That just turned out to be funny for no reason at all. Okay, but I mean that's really as simple as it is. You know, it's a matter of double clicking on a line. Okay. Okay, very simple stuff. Again, same thing. And this is just basic, basic text change here. That's all that is. All right. If I want to change colors or change the size or anything like that, same thing applies to these. I just click on it here, and then each individual box has its own little settings menu, and the settings menu is always this little gear. So if I click on the gear here, okay, I can slide the margin. You see how I can just slide my text up and down, okay? I can change the padding on the left and the right, okay? I can change the text color, okay? Now the one thing that this does is it has a color for both the bold text and for the regular text. So if I wanted to change the bold color, I just click on this and then navigate this until, I find the colors that I want, and you'll see the color changes right there. That purple's probably not going to get the job done, okay? But I could maybe do something along the lines of a yellow. That would probably be better in that situation. It would show up a little bit better, okay? So most of this very easy to use. You can actually change the style of your, the color right there manually for those of you that know basic HTML, all right? And then everything else, again, is just, do I want that box centered, left or right? Do I want to make the font bigger? Okay. If I want to change my line height, which is basically the distance between my letters, I can just click that, okay, to make things fit. Text transform. Instead of having to go back and type everything all in uppercase, I can just come in here and choose to either capitalize, lowercase everything, uppercase everything, or normal, okay? So as you become familiar with this, you'll see that it's really very easy to use. And then here's where I can choose different fonts, okay? All I have to do is select what I want, and it automatically changes it for me here. If I want to add shadow behind the text, you see I can put a shadow behind the text and make those letters pop. Okay, I can add new columns in here and stuff, which I'm probably not going to get into tonight because for those of you that are going to utilize this, I want to show you how simple it is to utilize it without having to know everything about it. Okay, the columns will come a little bit later. Right now I'm just going to teach you how to go in here and utilize what's here so you can actually have something that's ready to go sooner than later. Okay, and most everything functions along those same lines. And then anytime you just want to go back to the main workshop there, you just click go back and then click off here and it'll bring you back here. And then again, always make sure that anything that you've done, you click save. All right. Now what you're going to find on a lot of these pages is some of them have some extra stuff. Like in this case here, this one's got comments, let us know what you think and stuff like that. It would depend on where I was going to use this. If I was going to leave this on here or not. If I was going to use this strictly as just a lead capture page, the majority of the time, it depends on where I'm running my traffic. I might leave this as is if it were on my blog and I was running a limited time. Let's say I did I created a PDF that I wanted to sell for $27, but in order to really ramp up the list, I'm going to give away the first 25 copies for free. Then I would probably want to incorporate a timer in there. But what I would tell people is that, this is only available for free until the offer expires. Once the offer expires, you can't get it for free anymore. It's going to be $27. That type of thing. All right. And then you can actually go through and pick and choose, what of this stuff you want to use and what of you don't. Like in this case, just creating a simple capture page, I would not use any of this stuff at all. So to get rid of it, all I have to do is highlight over it. I can either remove things individually. You see that every individual component to these things has its own creative control. So you can keep what you want, discard what you don't want, individually, or in a larger table, you'll see that if I mouse over here, it encompasses all of this, not this individually, the whole thing. So if I didn't want to use any of that, I just go up here and I click the trash can and I click OK, and it's gone. All right, and I really don't see where I would need this section here either. So again, I just click the trash can and it's gone. All right, now obviously if I ever want to add my own stuff, I have the ability to do all of that here as well. But again, the purpose of this is for those of you that are going to use this, to get you in here, get you familiar with it so you can start building and go. All right. So launching on December 21st, 2014, mark your calendar. Obviously, I'm not going to keep that text. As far as the timer is concerned, yeah, we'll just pretend that we're going to do like an expiring incentive here. And then in the bottom box, you have the place where your copyright is located. You have the option to use your affiliate URL for ClickFunnels here. I would say that depending on where you're running that lead capture page, maybe if you were running it behind a blog, I might leave it. But if I was running direct traffic to something, one thing I found when it comes to direct traffic, whether it's pay-per-click or solo ads, make sure that the focus is on clicking this button, because if you give people the opportunity to just get distracted for a second, they'll get distracted. Okay, so very important. And then to edit this stuff down here, it's just a matter of clicking on it. And like in word processor or anything like that, I can just highlight and delete. And in this case, I would not want that in there because I wouldn't want anybody to be distracted. And then I would put my company name here, Academy of Home Business. Change this to a 15. Okay, and just like that, that's all taken care of. I don't even need to worry about that anymore. Okay. The timer here, all right, to adjust the timer, you just mouse over and go to settings. And all of the timer options that you need will be right here. From the end date of the timer, so let's say, let me see, it's August right now, so let's say I was going to create a book and I was only going to give it away for 3 days, and today's the 5th, so I would set my timer to expire on the 8th. Okay, and I would have it end at 12 a.m. Eastern time. All right, and then I have the option, once that expires, to redirect the URL if I wanted to. And what I would do in this case is that when the timer expired, I would just redirect it to a page that said, sorry, this is no longer available for free. But if you still want to get a copy, you can get it for $27 and then have that lead to a sales page. Okay, and then this here is where if you were going to choose the redirect URL, this is where you would put the redirect URL here. So let's say I was going to do something where I wanted to redirect this to the Academy of Home Business. I would just type academyofhomebusiness.com in this box. So when the timer expires, it'll automatically redirect to that particular page. All right. I can choose different languages in here, which is just fantastic. Okay, and again, control over the fonts, the style, text only, color. If I want to change the boldface or the make a regular font, I can do that. Change color, the alignment, all of that good stuff. Complete creative control.
Hey,
Okay.
Rex?
Yes.
For the background colors and stuff, is that if you just click on the big box, or is that or is that something you have to pick ahead of time?
Like if I wanted to change the background color here from brown, you'll
Right.
see, like I said, every component here, everything is its own component. You'll see there's tables within tables as I move my mouse. So if I wanted to change a color, I'm going to go to the outer side of that element right here to where it selects that box, and then I'm going to select settings, and then I can change the background color of my timer there.
Aha. So it's they're tables within tables.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So we'll go back here to settings then. And then end date is 8/8/2015, 12 a.m. Eastern Time, redirect URL. Go back and click save. All right. Now, at any time in the process where you're doing your creative work and you want to see what this is going to look like live in real time, you can just come over here and click the preview button. And this will give you a preview of your page, and you can see where the timer is already activated. Okay, 2 days, 3 hours, all right, using I don't like to call it fear of loss because I don't believe in fear, but, just the art of the takeaway. So now then, if I'm going to put a timer on there, okay, let me see, free for 48 hours only, 27 after timer expires. Okay. All right. So that's as easy as it is to change the text. And then anytime that I want to just work with the text as it is here, you'll see anywhere where I can actually manipulate the text in this particular table here, I'll have the ability to bold or unbold, italicize, left, center, right, underline. I can even add a link to that text as well if I want to. Okay. And if I want to take the the creative control of this link any further, again, it's just a matter of hitting the the settings button there, and you'll have control to do over that. If I wanted to make that font a little bit bigger, whatever, or if I wanted to change the color. Right? And then go back and click save. Just like so. All right? Managing the buttons is easy. You'll see same thing again, and you'll notice that every time you mouse over something, you'll have a tab up there on the right or on the left-hand corner that tells you exactly what element it is that you're working with, and in this case, it's the button. So in order for me to make any changes to the button, again, I just click the settings, and I can change the color of the button. Okay. We'll make it just super ugly so you guys can see it. And then if I want to change the text on the button, first let's start at the top. If I want to change, where that button is located, if I wanted to slide it down a little bit more, I got creative control over my margins there. Okay, and then we have, let me see. Get your free copy here, right? And my text was a little bit too big or too small. I can come down here and change my font size to small, and it fits back in there just right. Get your free copy here. Okay. I also, if I wanted to use this specifically for a squeeze page, I could actually have that button link to a URL that it redirected to based on wherever I wanted to send people. But because of the fact that I'm going to be using this as a lead capture page, what I'll be doing is I'll be incorporating and integrating Aweber into this. All right. So as far as the video is concerned, same basic thing. Mouse over the video section, go up here, click settings. Okay, I can utilize video embed codes here, or I can actually utilize just the direct URL from the YouTube videos, which is what I use, which is very simple. Okay, just go to YouTube and find a video that you want to watch. We'll take, here we got Bruce Lipton there, we got Charles Stanley, we got all sorts of good stuff. So let's do, oh, I know which one we can do. We'll put a Grandpa Nanny video in there. Okay, so we'll go to Grandpa Nanny episode 3, and then we'll grab the URL and come back over here. And then all I have to do is just paste my URL in the box there. If I want the video to autoplay, I just turn it on. If I want the controls of the video left on there for the viewer, I can leave them on or I can turn them off. Okay. And then if I want to turn off the YouTube branding, I can turn that off there, and I could actually adjust the width and height of the video as needed there as well. And of course, with pretty much everything you're going to find here, okay, you're going to have control over the margins with those sliders. Okay. So everything down here, width, skin, styles, all that stuff, most of that stuff I don't use. So again, once I have my video added, go back, click save, and then I can go and preview again, and there you'll see the Grandpa Nanny video starts there on autoplay, just like I wanted. Okay, so I mean, we've been on this workshop now for about 38 minutes, and you guys have been able to see just how easy it is to come in here and create, you know, a fantastic custom-built marketing system that nobody will have to use except for you. This is the type of stuff that you want to use when you're creating those free incentives like we talked about last night, and then giving them away on the back end. What makes these goodwill is the fact that you're giving away value, and what makes these effective is when this video is you and you are creating a clone of you that's working on the internet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They come to this page and you say, "Hi, my name's Rex." Or, "Hey guys, it's Rex." You know, they're already following your blog. "Hey guys, thanks for visiting the blog today. For those of you that have been faithful to you know, following the blog and leaving comments and sharing, I really appreciate that. And to show my appreciation, I actually created an add-on to the last PDF that I created. I'm giving that to you absolutely free of charge again today, just my way of saying thank you for that support that you've been giving me. And it's those type of messages and those type of incentives as you continue to give them to people throughout your marketing system that are going to, you know, be endeared to you and buy from you. That's what's going to keep people, you know, excited about connecting with you even when there's something for sale. Okay. So once I have the main part of my page done here, oh, I need to go up here and edit that text. So you'll notice if you ever go to any text on the page, you know, you'll notice that it's a little bit different for this text up here than this text here and this text here. Okay? If I go down here, you'll notice that when I click on the box, I've got the ability to have, you know, some editing here. In some boxes, okay, you're not going to have all that editing. As a matter of fact, with this type of box, this is actually a link box, which isn't really the right box for that particular area anyway, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here inside. You'll see I've got what's called a column row there, and then I have what's inside. And what's inside your column rows, that's what's known as your elements. So I'm actually going to go over here and I'm going to delete this element here. Okay? And then you're going to see it's going to give me the option to add a new element. All I have to do is click on that, and then I can choose any type of element that I want here. In this case, obviously I want headline text there. So I just click headline text, add to page, and here we are. So all I have to do now is go back in and change the color of that text to something that I can actually see. And then now here, when I click on this, you'll notice that I've got my editor back. Okay. This is how you create a fabulously a word. This is how you create a fabulously sexy headline on your capture page. Okay, and I could go 2 lines if I want. If I had a bigger message up there, you know, I mean, I could do a 2-line headline on one of these pages. That wouldn't. I mean, I could probably even do a 3-line headline on there if I wanted. There's plenty enough space to do that. And then if I want to bold it, you know, I can click bold or unbold or italicize or just like that. Okay? So that's the basics of working with in this template right here. And it's the same creative control on any of the pages that you're going to build within this system. Okay? The one thing that you're going to want to pay attention to on any of the pages that you're creating is the settings menu up here, because the settings menu is where you're going to put the title for your page. Okay, so we would just call this Rex's Super Sexy Lead Capture Page Phenomenon. Okay, I think I definitely pumped it up enough there. And then the page description could be something that you definitely would want to, you know, optimize based on keywords and stuff like that that you're using here. So page description, do you struggle with creating sexy headlines that in your sales letters? No more. Here's 3 simple steps to ... Okay, and then of course my page keywords are going to be sexy sales letters. I'm going to put a little bit more thought into it than that when it comes to my keywords, because you definitely want to do your research in terms of long tail keywords and stuff like that. But, you know, that's easy enough. And then page author, Rex Harris here. And then page social image, if you have any images in here that you want to be like the standard image for this particular marketing system, when you're sharing your link in the social media, you would just choose the thumbnail here, and that can be chosen from stock images that are already here or images that you upload. Okay, so when that's done, again, just go back, click save each time you do your work. Here's where you can add custom domains. Now, I have not done anything with custom domains. Okay, you will have a URL for your page as it's created, and you will have a certain amount of visitors that you can use and drive through this every month. Or you can actually download these and upload these directly to your web host, which is a little bit more advanced, and I'll get into in a later training. Images that I can use. You know, if I wanted to change out the background image and put something that's a little bit more scenery-like in there, okay. I'm not quite sure why that changed or didn't change. It should. Let me try picking a color here. Unless it's going to make me delete that one first. No, I don't want to delete that. That's going to delete the whole thing. I might have to do that individually. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. This is the overall background that I was changing there. If I wanted to change the background within this element, I would go to Settings, and then here I have the background color here and the option to choose something different there. Okay. There, I could change it like that. Or go into the photos and change it to something, you know, scenic. And again, you guys can see the majority of this stuff, guys, is point and click. Russell has made it very easy for people to create, you know, awesome lead capture pages. And you have the same creative control in every section with every type of site here inside of ClickFunnels. So let me choose one that's a little bit easier on the eyes. There we go. Okay. Right. Same thing applies to any element that's there. You can change the background color to anything. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys here is how to manage that pop-up that functions as your capture form. You just come down here to Show Pop-up, and here, and again, the same basic functionality is where you would change the words and stuff like this. All right. You always want to make sure that your buttons and everything are same colors, same message, everything else. You want to make sure that you've always got continuity in your page. So here it would be, get your free copy before it's too late. Okay, and then I'm going to drop that font size down one size. Really nothing I need to do here. That's fine. I'm just going to change the background color of the button to match my other button, or as close as I possibly can. And then get your free copy by, you know, or here, click here to get your free copy now. Privacy protected, absolutely no spam. That's pretty much all I have to do with that, and that's done and ready to go. That simple, that fast. Okay, and again, all I have to do is click Save Changes, go to Preview, and my video is ready to go. I click the button, pop up right here. And then the next step in the process is setting up your thank you page. All right. So you click Save here, and then you click Exit. And that's going to take you back to your workstation for this particular funnel, and then you'll set up your thank you page the same way that you built your lead capture page. Okay? You guys give me just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. The kids got a little bit quiet. Sometimes quiet means trouble, so I just wanted to make sure that they were behaving. The baby's not a behavior issue yet, but Kenny Bob, sometimes you just never know with him. Okay, so again, I just simply come through here and choose whichever thank you page that I want to use. Okay, select use this template. Open an editor, and here I have complete creative control over the page. Okay, now we don't have a whole lot of time left here because I had a change of plans here this afternoon. I have to get up at 3:45 tomorrow morning to go on a video shoot. So I'm not going to really take the time to go into creating this page. I mean, the creation of these pages are pretty much the same as everything else. You'll see it's the same functionality on everything. The one thing that I would encourage all of you to do, if you guys have social sharing buttons on your actual lead capture pages, get rid of them because they can cause a distraction and actually cost you from getting opt-ins. So social sharing pages on the back end, I guess if you're giving away a free report is okay, but I don't usually ever use social sharing buttons at all on my capture pages unless I've got something that is maybe behind my blog and I'm not actually driving paid traffic to it, then I might test that. Okay, and then again, always save your work, exit, and you're done. Okay. Now I'm going to go into this in more depth tomorrow night, but before, for those of you that want to take this video and run with it and want to start using this, I want to give you guys a basic idea of how to incorporate your autoresponders into this. Your autoresponder is actually incorporated into the lead capture page, and that's always going to be your opt-in selection here. So you just click opt-in, and then this will open the editor back up where we were earlier. Okay, and then your autoresponder control is going to be up here underneath where it says email. Okay, and basically if you're logged into your Aweber account, this also works with other autoresponders. It integrates, geez, I mean, there's a whole list that it integrates with. All right, and you can actually do direct integration into your list, or you can create a sign-up form in your list and then actually embed it here into the form. Okay, and if I wanted to, you're going to see right here, I've got the option for HTML form, which is what I'm going to show you guys tonight because this is going to be the easiest. All right. And then select the action is going to be integrate existing HTML form below. Okay. So now then, once you've created a form inside of Aweber, and if you don't know how to create a form inside of Aweber, your autoresponder, don't panic, because like I said, we'll go into that more tomorrow night. Okay. But all I have to do is go into sign up forms where my autoresponder exists and grab a copy Oh, why did it take me to the editor? I just wanted a copy of the code. Come on, Aweber, there we go. All right, let me try that again. Sign up forms. Okay, preview, publish, delete, copy. All right,
Publish.
Publish. Yeah, that's the other option. Okay. So then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click I will install my form. Now I have two options for form code here. I have the JavaScript snippet and the raw HTML, which is the full long code here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose raw HTML version, and then I'm going to grab a copy of this code. I'm going to go back. I'm going to paste the form code into here, and I'm going to click parse and save web form. Okay, so now it says that my autoresponder is connected, my form is good, and now all I have to do is sync my buttons. Okay, and basically I'm going to be collecting a name and email address with this form, so I'm just going to sync name with name and email with email and click save. Okay, now my autoresponder is integrated into my system just that quickly. All right. Now I understand for people that are watching this tonight or watching it wherever you're watching it in the replay that, you know, there's going to be a learning process for a lot of people, but I am here to tell you, okay, after doing this for 15 years, there are very few systems out there that will give you the ability to create the professional high-quality capture pages that this will with this type of ease of use. Most of this is way more complicated, especially when you get into other systems, which I'm not going to name. Okay? So this one's called ClickFunnels, and if you guys are interested in using ClickFunnels, just let us know in the group that you're interested in looking at it, and we'll post the link in there. You can actually start with a free trial and come on in here and see if it's right for you. And you know, we're going to continue to train and educate you guys on all of this stuff. So, but we are at the top of the hour, so I am going to wrap up for tonight, and then we will be back tomorrow night at the same time, and then we're going to go more in depth into Aweber here tomorrow. But like I said, even if you are, maybe you're not with Aweber, maybe you're with GetResponse or another system that you already have, you know, a great list going with, most autoresponder systems will work inside of ClickFunnels. I've not heard of any that haven't worked yet, especially when you have the ability to just utilize the form code from whatever forms that you've created. Okay? So, with that, did you guys find this information useful tonight? Was it helpful?
Yes, it's way easier than some of the systems I've seen.
Isn't it though? I mean, I don't really know, honestly, of any system out there where I could take someone that was new to mailing list development or building lead capture pages and stuff like that, and you know, give them something where they could go and actually produce, you know, something of that level of quality in that short a period of time. I mean, you get down to the point where you master this, you can put together a marketing system in an hour or maybe even less, you know, just depending on how you want to build it out. Okay? So I hope you guys found this useful. Thanks for coming out tonight, and I will see you again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, God bless you. Bye for now.